Hi everyone, this is Nibiru Watcher. And I'm sorry about my channel that was taken down, and I'll give an explanation for this on the WSO channel sometime in the very near future, hopefully next week. Well, Steve and I will discuss this problem that we truthers are experiencing. And another note I would like to make that YouTube has been unsubscribing my subs. So you want to visit this channel weekly. The next I'm showing you here is a cloaking device that was shown to me by one of my subscribers. And now I believe that these, not that the whole sky is cloaked, but objects are cloaked. So there's several objects. Probably this with what this is just basically bending light. I believe the center is where it focuses more light through it. But what I'd like to show you is these in space. Excuse me, fixed in space. So let me get right into it. So here it is. And this is the Huslia facing the northeast, obviously cloaking an object behind it. So let me just watch this thing stay fixed. That right there is probably the most insane thing you'll probably ever see. And there's another one here. So let's just watch the sun pass by this, two of them. So here's the sunrise. One click at a time. I will leave a link in the description, by the way. Okay, so here comes out the sun, and here it is. As whatever object is probably Nemesis that's getting so light in front of it, it can no longer hide it, the cloaking device, anymore. What we're looking at is the shadow of it. Look at this thing pass by the sun, staying fixed in space, trying to hide it with the chemtrails here, by the way. Yes, those are chemtrails. And see how it passes by, getting very bright and cloaking this object. And look at how it's bending the light around this here. And then we can see it passing by as it stays fixed in space, hovering probably just above our atmosphere as it passes by. And then we can see, so let me go, I think it's pretty obvious. And then a second, looks like a second one. See this one here? Or this could be the projection of the same thing here. Actually, I think it is probably part of the same object. But we can see it definitely fixed in space, not tracking with the sun. So I'm still working on a planetary model that shows how this is possible, how planets can appear to be still in space in our skies because they're not part of our solar system. It's very difficult. That's and one other thing I believe I'd like to show you next is this webcam here. Very strange. Notice the hexagonal shape here. Actually, let me zoom in on this one real quick again. As we look at this thing, zoom in on it. See how the pieces are falling apart. I mean, look how this thing is getting highlighted by the sheer brightness of this object. We view it again. Definitely a hexagonal shape as it's bending the light around it. Not completely sure how this is built. Could be a set of mirrors. I think it is mirrors that refocuses and bends the light around it, tending to be red around this because the red light has a larger magnetic field, therefore not allowing it to bend as easily as the other colors in the spectrum. Okay, so now we go back to this one here again. Wait, over here. This object is, I think, is the same thing, just from a different angle. And let me look at the thumbnails of this event. And some people would like to say that this is a raindrop. And I'm going to stick my neck out a little bit. I'm going to say, no, it's not a raindrop. Although, if we go back in the thumbnails, we can see that this has been here for a while. This distorting light. Look how it's bending around this object. Let's do a few frames. See how it distorts the light? You already saw my other video that we saw this on the, hold on, let me pause this. Okay, so here we are on the Canadian-France-Hawaiian telescope, and I already did a previous video on it, but it's still up and running. They're still showing this cloaking device. For more details on it, I just wanted to show you again here. This may actually even be the same object, what we saw, and I believe we're viewing now is here. And I think there's actually more of these objects. When we go to look at how this thing is bending the light around these clouds probably in a slow orbit, it's tracking with the planet that it's hiding, or the sun. I think it's more of a planet, and this may be actual planet here. This is facing the, well, let me anyways, we continue to watch this distortion of light as as the clouds get distorted as it passes in front of this object. Couldn't be a rain. Couldn't it? Let me show you some more thumbnails of this event. And here's some so over in this thumbnail down here at 18:30, 6 o'clock, we can see that there is we've got these spots. I'm not even going to go there. I believe this is the same object. But I just want to point out that look at the weather here. Okay, it's a clear day. They're chemtrailing and hiding something in the sky as usual. When we go back and we look at just the frame before, and okay, so you can see here that this is actually water. How did it get there? Very suspicious. But check this out. How did water suddenly get on there? I'll tell you, someone went up and sprayed water on it so that you wouldn't think that this was an actual cloud. There are paid people to hide this, and they want you to think this is just a water stain. So they went and sprayed it on there on a clear day. Where did the rain come from? This is a clear day. So they spray it on there, and then it evaporates, and this thing's been here ever since. But look at the history of this thing. They knew this was going to have this effect. There are people paid to put spiders and water and everything else that you wouldn't think, you would doubt it is what you're looking at. As crazy as it sounds, I believe what we're looking at is the cloaked object. Let's look at frame by frame. Yes, this is water. See how it's distorting. But look at this one here. See the hexagonal shape and the actual shadow of a planet. We look at the next frame. Water droplets are gone. It remains. See the difference between water and the stain, and we could see the heavy chemtrailing to hide this object that they're clearly hiding us. Look how the clouds are bending around this thing. Clouds do not form straight lines, period. There's something there they're hiding. They're distorting the light as we continue to go forward. And look how they're even spray painting the skies, and almost in the shape of a hexagon. Getting pretty clever here. See here, to come down at an angle and they spray in. So to hide the, it's like they're trying to hide the cloaking device instead of the planet now. This thing's getting so, because it's lighting up that cloaking device. I think very soon, in the next couple of weeks, everybody's going to see this cloaking device. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. So here's this. If again, be patient. I'm going to make some more software program that's going to show how just this is possible. It's not going to be completely accurate, but the possibility of how a planet appeared to be still in space and what it would look like from the Earth. So again, we look at the history of this event, how it evolved from this water droplet to the progression. So feel free, check this out yourself. Look at this hexagonal shape and the shadow of the planet. It can't quite, here is the actual planet. I mean, behind it. That's pretty stunning, people. Look at it very careful. Go to the link yourself. As a matter of fact, get a camera and time lapse the sun yourself. You'll be stunned at what you see in time lapse. The bouncing fake sun, all the craziness that goes with it. Yes, these are water drops. I get it. Look at the difference, how it distorts the light. Forms like how the light is bending off this object. But I'm going to say, where did the water suddenly come from? This is a clear day. These cameras are covered too, by the way. Someone had to go up there and spray the thing. Look at this. This is where the camera sits. There's the glass. These two cameras here. Anyways, thank you for watching. Have a blessed